I've done anything social media related, but I have a really good YouTube video for you all today. So thanks for being here. I think you'll really appreciate this one. And it is Halloween, so I have some yummy treats so that you can stay away from your kids' treats. So we're gonna do a protein Rice Krispie treat. Who loves marshmallows like me? I do. I know they're pure sugar. Anyway, we're gonna do a protein marshmallow Rice Krispie treat. And then we are also going to do a pumpkin peanut butter cup. And I got this idea from Gabriella Gourmet, and I'll post her Instagram right here. She does a lot of really good recipes. She's taught me like so much in the kitchen. So if you guys don't even know where to begin, she is where you begin. She sent me this recipe, and then I basically made it a little bit more macro friendly. So she also gave me an idea, since it's seasonal, you know, we should like throw some pumpkin in there, so I'm doing that. So definitely give her a follow because she's a kitchen genius. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for doing so. I appreciate all the support. And let's begin. So first we're gonna start off with the pumpkin peanut butter cups, tongue twister. What you'll need for the chocolate part of the cups is about 1.5 bags of dark chocolate. I don't usually get the Hershey's brand, but they were on sale and I already went way ham at the grocery store. So about 1.5 bags is what I used last time, and you can get really dark chocolate if you wanted to, get your favorite chocolate, because we're gonna put 1/4 cup of coconut milk in with that, so it'll lighten up the chocolate a little bit. And then just a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that's what you'll need for your chocolate part. While the chocolate is melting, we're going to mix our peanut butter filling. So what you'll need for the peanut butter filling is 1/2 jar of peanut butter or almond butter, whatever you prefer, any kind of butter, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, another teaspoon of vanilla, 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree, 1/4 cup of honey, and then for the protein it's kind of tricky. Different brands can make the texture different and how much you put in it. I don't love a like super proteiny taste. Anyway, my goal is to try to get about 5 grams of protein per peanut butter cup, but usually 3 to 5 grams is good. So this is a 1/2 cup, and I don't know if I'll use the whole cup, but a 1/2 cup would probably be 5 grams of peanut butter cup. So we'll see. I'll just mix it in slowly and see how I can kind of tell by the texture how it's gonna taste. I use whey. You don't have to use whey. Use any protein you prefer. I don't have a specific brand I use. I really only use protein for baking things like this. I just really like to give my sweet treats a little pop of protein. Have a little more like nutritional value. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna melt the peanut butter and coconut oil together. So just get a microwavable, safe bowl, and we'll do that. Microwaving it just makes it easier to mix everything in. 30 seconds was like perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this in here. Okay, so once that's melted, I put it in a mixing bowl. You're gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla added in there. I literally don't know where my teaspoon thing is. I never usually measure vanilla. That looks like a teaspoon. And then we have our honey. And then the pumpkin. I'm like super excited about these. Okay, and then I'm gonna do my protein powder just a little bit at a time. Protein powder is just one of those things that can make a recipe like very finicky. And you kind of have to learn just as you go how you like your texture. I don't need a protein bar that has 3,800 grams of protein in it. I just need a little bit here and there. A little protein goes a long way. Usually I'm short about 5 to 10 grams of protein. And this, macro-wise, which I will put up, it is going to be obviously higher in fat because you've seen all the fat we've used. And it is definitely not something that is like the healthiest of the healthiest and you can eat it every day. No, it replaces, I honestly am like, I love Reese's peanut butter cups, like love them. And with this, I know what I'm putting in and I know my macros and I know it's just a little bit healthier of a version. I think I'll put a teeny bit more and then call it good. Okay, we're done with the filling. So the chocolate's almost done, almost there, and I've been watching it very carefully. So let's prepare our little thingy-majig to make cups. Whatever you want to call it. So I get just like a cupcake thing, pan, and then I just get some cupcake liners. So, like that. This is kind of a harder part, especially because he's like, anyway. We're just gonna put like a thin layer. I really like to make mine like a Reese's cups. So I like that like thinness, plus it's like less macros, plus you don't need like a huge lump of chocolate, just to be honest. A thin layer in each of these, and then I'll put it in the freezer for like 5 to 10 minutes, let it harden a little bit, and we'll layer from there. Like I said, this is like not, honestly, you should probably keep it on a heat. You don't want to burn anything. It's not gonna look pretty right now, but I just make sure that the bottom's like completely covered. And then we're gonna just pop these in the freezer for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10. Okay, so about 5-10 minutes on these. They don't have to be all the way hard, just so they're not like mixing them together. So then we're gonna add a layer of the pumpkin peanut butter mix. We're gonna pop these back in the freezer another 5 minutes. I'm not lying when I say chocolate is so finicky. I had to throw out the rest of that because it was getting burnt, I think, from reheating it too much. So, edit on that, I would do half of the portion and then the other half for the other half, if that makes sense. Wow, much easier. Way to freaking go. Okay, so I just put some chocolate on top. They're not the cutest. We're gonna pop back in the freezer to fully freeze for about 20 minutes. Okay, here's the finished product, and this is so perfect. So I like them to be like a Reese's cup size, so I don't fill the whole cupcake tin up. So let's taste it. Very rich, so you really only need one. And then I'll put the macros up as well, like I said, a million times. Okay, our next recipe is the protein Rice Krispie treats. So what you'll need for this recipe is half a cup of almond butter, half a cup of honey, 4 tablespoons of almond milk. I would probably do vanilla, but all I have is just plain unsweetened. I would do vanilla unsweetened. A little bit of vanilla extract, 1 cup of protein of your choice, protein powder of your choice, 5 cups of the brown rice crisps, maybe a little bit healthier. And then I honestly can't have Rice Krispie treats without marshmallow. And I know marshmallows are just like pure sugar. So what we're gonna do is make kind of like a drizzle to put over them so they are a little macro friendly and it's not just like rolled in it. So for the little topping, we're just gonna mix a little bit of marshmallows and some grass-fed butter. So what you'll do first, we're gonna heat up our almond butter and the honey 10 seconds in the microwave just to make it a little easier to mix in. Once the almond butter mixture is heated, We are just gonna add all the other ingredients and mix it in. I don't think I told you how much. 5 cups of this. I am making a mess. I can't wait to clean it. Get a little baking sheet, some parchment paper. That was aggressive. No, just stay. And then you're just gonna dump your mixture. These actually, I got a little sneak taste and it's pretty good. Then you just spread it and like pat it down. And then we are going to freeze for 3 to 4 hours. And then we'll be back to do the, I almost said mushroom drizzle. Ew, marshmallow drizzle. That's what it should look like. Looks good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna make, because you know, you really can't have Rice Krispie treats without marshmallows. Marshmallows are like one of my favorite ingredients. They're so good. I really love a good s'more. Anyway, I just put a little bit of butter. I only had a little bit. I had probably 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'll probably put in like a ½ cup of marshmallow and melt it on very low heat. And then I'll just like drizzle it over the Rice Krispie treats. So I already have my butter in here, and then I'm gonna just pour some of these in. I think that'll be good. And then just let that melt. Okay. I'm still a YouTube noob, so I forgot to show. I just drizzled it on. 2 of them I did an experiment and I dipped it in, which will probably be the 2 that I'll eat. I will put the macros up, but this is what it looks like. Let's see if I can get one out. And then you're just gonna pop them back in the freezer for like 10 minutes. They're pretty messy. Let's do a taste test. They're really good. I don't taste the protein, so that's always a plus for me. I just love marshmallows. But they're pretty good. Even with the brown, I use the brown Rice Krispie. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you make these recipes and I hope you love them like I love them. I love, love, love the peanut butter cups. Like I said, Gabrielle and I have really like put our heads together to make them. She had the main recipe. I made them a little bit macro friendly. They have such like, I don't want to say like a cheesecake texture because it's a little off, but almost like a cheese. It's just good. You have to make them. I will say that my first batch I always make comes out so ugly, and then the second batch is just muy beautiful. The protein Rice Krispie treats are good as well, so it's just, I like making things like this at home because I know what goes into it. You can make a batch like I did. I mean, it's only Matt and I, so I just throw the rest in the freezer, and you can take them out, thaw them for a little bit. The peanut butter cups, I store in the freezer, and then I just eat them frozen because they're not super hard. They don't get super hard. And as for the Rice Krispie treats, I'll store those in the fridge and I'll freeze if we have like a bulk amount. So they are good. Obviously you don't want to be in the kitchen every weekend making sweet treats, so I make big batches and just freeze in when I want a little nibble of something. I know what's in my little nibble. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow my Instagram, and make sure you follow Gabriella's Instagram as well. Thank you. Peace out.